It's paying for this cleanup with net revenues that dwarf all but two other publicly traded oil companies. Some of that money comes from BP's ventures that are also shared by an Iranian firm suspected of ties to Iran's nuclear program. The Rum field in the North Sea, producing about $1 million worth of gas a day, is half controlled by BP, half controlled by the Iranian oil company. That's a subsidiary of a firm called Naft Iran. U.S. officials tell CNN Naft Iran is run by the Iranian regime. This week, the U.S. Treasury Department, citing expanded UN sanctions, banned Americans from doing business with Naft Iran. While not citing its own evidence that Naft Iran might be tied to Iran's nuclear program, a passage on the Treasury Department website says Naft company Tehran was listed by the Japanese government as an entity of concern for biological, chemical, and nuclear weapon proliferation.
This is a shot across the bow to the energy industry to get out of these business relationships.
Mark Dubowitz runs the Foundation for Defense of Democracies, a think tank that monitors Iran's energy deals and presses for more sanctions. Another venture involving BP and Naft Iran, an oil field off Azerbaijan. BP controls a quarter of it, Naft Iran 10%. But Dubowitz and other analysts make another important point.
This situation is certainly not unique to BP, is it?
No, that's correct. I mean, this is a problem beyond BP. There are scores of international energy companies that continue to do business with Iran, both inside Iran and outside of Iran.
In fact, that field off Azerbaijan is also controlled by Norwegian, Azeri, French, Russian, and Turkish companies. We couldn't reach officials at Naft Iran for comment. Contacted by CNN, a BP official said BP had no say in who joined in. He said it was the call of the governments in question, in Britain and Azerbaijan, to bring both BP and the Iranian firm into those deals. Despite repeated attempts, we couldn't get comment from British or Azeri officials in time for this story.
BP has said it's the British government that brought us into this. It was their call. Same with the Azeri government with the Azerbaijan field. Do you buy that?
Well, I think most of these international energy companies that are publicly traded and that are part of Western democracies have a certain amount of flexibility and discretion to make their own business decisions.
BP's ties with Iran do run deeper than most firms. BP was founded in the early 20th century as the Anglo-Persian Oil Company. But BP officials tell us they've done more than most companies in recent years to separate themselves from Iranian oil interests, and analysts back them up on that, saying BP has cut off several oil trading deals and other agreements. Brian Todd, CNN, Washington.